But please stand when you hear your name so that we can recognize you. Randy Maggard is here with the Pasco County REC. Mayor Richard Rober, where are you? Did I say that right? Mayor Richard Rober. He was here earlier. He might have slipped out to another room. Elsie Gately is here with Gus Bilarakis' office. Elsie, where are you? Right over here. Shirley Williams from Jenny Brown Waite's office. I'm sorry? Oh, yes, okay. Bill Bunting is here. We all know Bill. Where did Bill go off to? I think he's with Marco Rubio, who will be here in a moment. And Lona O'Reilly. I see Lona signed in, but didn't get to say hi to her. Where are you, Lona? I know she signed in, so she's here. All right, well, thank you all for coming tonight. At this time, I'd like to direct your attention to the screen, and we're going to watch a brief video together.
You made it. Thomas A. Lindbergh landed at Le Bourget Airport, Paris. Today, I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. In summer of 1941,
John Tracy, and I'm the president of the Faith and Family Values Republican Club of Pasco County. Here to my left is Carlos Sainz. He's our vice president, who just led us in the pledge. Let's see, all the way in the back, if you'd stand, is Mrs. Jessica LaRue. She's our secretary back there taking notes. And over to this side in the back is Mr. Jonathan Barnes. Just kind of wave so they see you. He is our treasurer. And I'm thankful for each one of these who have been a huge help in making this organization and particularly this meeting possible tonight. So you find yourself here at a club meeting called the Faith and Family Values Republican Club. And I know there's got to be some people here tonight thinking, what exactly is that, right? I mean, why would the Republican Party have any interest in getting behind and endorsing a group that is all about promoting God and the Bible and faith and conservative Christian values? Well, I've said this to the members of the press repeatedly over the last few weeks as I've been asked that question over and over again. I believe that the Republican Party is the party that will stand up for those conservative Christian values and will support us in the issues that are important to Christians. You say, what kind of issues? Well, the issues like religious liberty, sanctity of life, traditional marriage, traditional family, protecting the innocence of children. I mean, I believe that there are three groups of people that should always vote Republican: Christians, gun owners, and veterans. You will not find comfort in the Democratic Party if you represent any of those three groups. Now, I'm very aware that there may be some here tonight that as soon as I say that, they're going to scoff and maybe even mutter under their voice, you know, some of the names of our embarrassing examples of failed leaders within the Republican Party. And I have to say, even personally, how disappointing it has been, even very recently, to see some within our own party with complete moral decay and to be a complete embarrassment to the Republican Party. But what I want you to take away from with you tonight is this. Don't let those failures be what you think of who Republicans are. There's a whole movement today that would desert from the Republican Party, and I believe that would be a grave mistake for conservative Americans. There is not a day in the foreseeable future that a third-party candidate is even going to have a chance. I mean, that's just a fact. And so if we turn our backs on the party that has stood for faith and family values, we turn the nation over to the liberal left. We lose our power as a voter, and we alienate ourselves. Don't fall into that trap. Now, I do want to say that, I don't want you to misunderstand. I'm very sympathetic to the frustrations as I've already said, with some of our elected officials. And I can definitely relate to the motivations of true conservatives who look at Washington and they're fed up with what they see. But the answer is not to run away from the party. The answer is, let's unite on the issues and let's change, let's reform the party from the inside. Granted, there are a lot of guys with R's behind their name who don't represent me and you at all. And they don't represent who the Republican Party has been historically. So don't cave in to the idea that we should desert the party. If you do that, we're only going to see further moral decay in this nation. Now is the time to unite. Now is the time for us to rally together and make a stand, to take back the Republican Party, and more importantly, the United States of America. We've got to take it back. And we're taking it as conservative people from those who would push our nation even further towards moral decay. And you have to think about this. If we don't do it, who will, right? I mean, I think part of the problem is that for far too long, many of us have sat on the sidelines, and we've talked a lot about the problems, but many of us fail to go that next step and to get involved and to do something about the problem. And I really believe that what we're talking about here is the problem in America. This is the issue. This is the root behind all of the surface level problems that we are facing. We literally have our finger on the pulse when we start talking about the moral decay within our nation. Here's what I mean. You can't come up with a plan to fix the economy if you can't even tell the truth, right? Don't talk to me about America's need to reform health care if you can't even submit yourself to our Constitution and our basic laws of the land. Don't expect God to bless America when we throw morality out the window and we mock His holy word, the Bible. Our government right now is like they have no moral compass at all. And what I want to say tonight is that has got to change. We need people in office who are people of character, who will say what they mean and then follow through and do what they say, because character matters. Morality matters. Integrity matters. Standing for family, conservative Christian family values, that matters. And I want to drive that point home tonight quickly by reminding you of some statements from our founding fathers. And I've just got a handful of these for you, but here is George Washington in his final address on September 19th, 1796. Of all the dispositions and habits which lead to political prosperity, religion and morality are indispensable supports. Let it simply be asked, where is the security of property, for reputation, for life, if the sense of religious obligation desert the oaths which are the instruments of investigation in courts of justice? And let us with caution indulge the supposition that morality can be maintained without religion. Whatever may be conceded to the influence of refined education on minds of peculiar structure, reason and experience both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail in exclusion of religious principle. Look at Benjamin Franklin. He said, only virtuous people are capable of freedom. He went on to say, I have lived, my friends, a long time, and the longer I live, the more convincing proofs I see of the truth that God governs in the affairs of men. And if a sparrow cannot fall to the ground without His notice, is it probable that an empire can rise without His aid? John Adams, who was an American patriot, a signer of the Declaration of Independence, the second president of the United States, and he also served as the first vice president. He said, our Constitution, I love this quote, our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other. Statesmen, my dear sir, may plan and speculate for liberty, but it is religion and morality alone which can establish the principle upon which freedom can securely stand. Once again, he said, our Constitution was made for a moral and religious people. Again,